August 16, 1975, the Utah police pull over a Volkswagen Beetle in the middle of the night. The driver, a clean-cut law student named Ted Bundy. But when they search the car, it's not textbooks and lecture notes they find. They pull out a ski mask, a crowbar, and trash bags with gloves, handcuffs, and a rope. To most people, it looked like a killer's toolkit. But Bundy, he smiled, stayed calm, and insisted it was all a misunderstanding. That night was the first thread police would pull, and when they did, the whole mask began to unravel. And in 2019, Zac Efron stepped into his skin in Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, a film that doesn't just tell Bundy's story, it makes you feel the dangerous pull of his charm and why that's so terrifying. Bundy was a definition of the boy next door, smart, polite, and charismatic. Born in 1946, his early life was complicated. He grew up thinking his mother was his sister, and his grandfather, a man with a violent streak, was his father figure. On the surface, he was a law student, politically active, and even considered quite good looking and handsome. But behind that perfect smile was one of America's most prolific serial killers. The real Bundy confessed to over 30 murders across multiple states in the 70s. Although some believe the number is much higher, his victims were mostly young women, many of them eerily similar in appearance, and the way he lured them in by faking injury, asking for help, then disappearing them forever. But here's where the film takes a different route. It doesn't show the murders, not directly. Instead, we see Bundy through the eyes of Elizabeth Clover, his longtime girlfriend. She met him at a bar in Seattle, fell for him instantly, and for years believed he was innocent. That choice changes everything about how we experience the story. We aren't in the mind of the killer. We're in the heart of someone who loves him, even as the evidence piles up. And that's what makes it unsettling. We know who Bundy is. Liz doesn't. And watching her doubt herself is almost as chilling as the crimes themselves. In real life, Bundy was a master manipulator. He represented himself in court, smiled for the cameras, and even proposed to a woman in the middle of his trial. This movie nails this. Zac Efron doesn't just look like Bundy, he acts like him. The posture, the confidence, the way he turns on the charm like a light switch. And it works, not because you root for him, but because you understand how so many people were fooled. The danger here is, Bundy's charisma wasn't just an act, it was his literal weapon. And the film shows us how easy it is to mistake that for innocence. Bundy's trial was one of the first to be nationally televised, and it turned into a media circus. Women wrote him letters, some traveled just to watch him in person. And here's the thing, this isn't unique to Bundy. We've seen this with other killers, twisted fascination, the bad boy myth. But the film makes you sit in that discomfort. You watch people cheer for him, and you can't help but think, are we part of the problem? Do we, by watching, give these men the attention that they want? The final act is where the mask finally cracks. In one haunting scene, Liz confronts Bundy, and for the first time, he admits what he did. In real life, Bundy confessed shortly before his execution in 1989, finally revealing details about his crimes after years of denial. The confession in the movie isn't graphic, but it's devastating, because by then, you've seen the lies, the charm, and the manipulation, and you realize this was all a game to him.